Hi guys, Jenny with On Fire Fit. I did some grocery shopping, so I thought that I would just show you what I am up to with food today. So I have some things that I have been food prepping, and I also have some zone cleaning that I had done where I cleaned out my fridge. So I'm just gonna kind of take you through. I always love watching these kind of videos, and I know that a lot of the people that I am coaching and helping love to see food videos, so I hope that you will watch through to this, and I would love to hear about your goals this year where your food is concerned. What are you following a keto diet? Are you trying to just do more whole foods? Sorry, my dishwasher is making a whole bunch of noise, of course, right at this moment. But I would love to hear from you. And are you food prepping? I like to try to set aside a couple of days of the week where I just know I intentionally am going to prep food. And one of those days usually is Sunday. I consider Sunday kind of my day of rest, but I really like to do it. It's very enjoyable to me. And so having that time and setting it aside is really nice, and knowing that it's prepping me for the week. But usually I need to also set another day, maybe a Wednesday aside, somewhere in the middle, so that I have time to kind of prep things. But it's very therapeutic, and I use it as a time to catch up on some videos or whatever, and gives me just kind of a fun little incentive when I have something I do along with the food prep. So I don't know if you do anything like that that kind of keeps you motivated or excited to do those kind of things, but let me show you what I've been up to. Today I went to Sprouts and I got some sweet potatoes, some frozen mango for my smoothies. I got grapefruit, which was a great deal, and I think it's organic. Yeah, organic. Organic oranges also on sale. I got, these apples were not very expensive. I think 50 cents a pound, which is really cheap, but we do not like mealy apples. And so I was a little afraid they might be mealy because I've never tried this type. Kanzai, whatever. So we only got a couple of those, but I got a bunch of avocados because they were also on sale. And then we got ambrosia apples. My daughter loves to have an apple and peanut butter every day. And then back here we have a lot of different bulk items. So these are sunflower seeds that I am going to make into sunflower butter. I can't eat seeds and nuts, but I like to get the healthy fat because the little bits could potentially cause more trouble with my intestines. So I try to only eat it in a nut butter form. So this one is sunflower seeds. This one is pumpkin seeds. So I will use my food processor and make that. I'll probably show that to you later. And then we got a lot of peanuts because my daughter loves homemade peanut butter to go with her apples. And then there's some pinto beans. I got a little bit more of the magnesium calm, which I really like. I take this in the evening. Since I started taking magnesium, I do not get migraines anymore. So I don't know if you suffer from migraines, but sometimes it's a magnesium deficiency. I have never gotten the one with calcium. I usually get my calcium in my diet, but I thought I would try it this time. I got some celery because we want to do our celery juice in the mornings. Just a few bananas because they weren't the best price. I'll probably get them elsewhere. And I got some baby carrots. And then this is a turmeric blend that normally I put turmeric, cinnamon, and ginger in my shake in the morning. But this one was kind of like a pre-made turmeric, cinnamon, ginger, I think cardamom. I'm not sure what else was in there, but it smells really good. And I like to put that in my shake. So the brand on this one is Frontier Organic. And so this not only just flavors my shake really nicely, it also has a lot of anti-inflammatory stuff in it. And here is my cleaned out fridge. It's part of my zone cleaning that I do. And I learned zone cleaning from how Jen does it.
and I really like it because you're constantly doing the deep cleaning, but not doing a lot of it. So you do a little bit most days of the week. I don't get to it every day, so sometimes I kind of do a couple at a time, but I'll spend 2 or 3 weeks in the kitchen just doing little mini tasks along the list of things that you don't get to on a weekly basis. And then I move on to a different room, and technically you're supposed to do every room in a week, but I figure if I'm at least getting through the deep cleaning every 2 to 3 weeks per room, that's better than not at all. And then I do all the regular bathrooms and vacuuming and things like that happens every week. But the deep cleaning, it's just nice to have a schedule for that. So anyway, this is some of the things that I pre-made already. This is a vegetable soup. This is roasted vegetables. I have some chicken here. Chicken here. This is a cauliflower rice and egg combination I made with lemon pepper. I have a few potatoes, sweet potatoes back here that I already cooked, and my husband's leftover tamales from Christmas. So not much going on in there, but we are going to be filling this up again. And then in my freezer, I have a lot of frozen things. So I use a lot of frozen lime juice and I use a lot of lime juice and lemon juice, and then things like the pulp, the zest of it. So to me, it is really easy if I do it ahead of time and freeze it, because then I don't have to worry about having a fresh lemon or whatever. Then here's my smoothie station for my frozen stuff, and I actually need to refill this because I only have 2 more days worth. And this one happens to have spinach from our garden as well as cranberries, and this one I think has strawberries and banana and stuff like that. I try to keep things like frozen grapes because it's a great snack, and also if you have a sweet tooth, I love to do that. Back here are a bunch of my frozen herbs that I keep on hand. I like to use fresh, but sometimes you can't go through it fast enough, and so I'll freeze it. And if you're cooking something in a dish, you don't really notice if it's been frozen. You know, you might want it nice and crisp if it's going in a fresh dish, but if it's going cooked into a dish that's already hot, you won't notice it. And then I have my extra soup that I made because we won't go through it fast enough. I tend to keep all of my frozen fruit in this bin. I have, I think, frozen bananas, frozen mixed berries, and then down here I have all of our frozen vegetables. So I do always keep frozen vegetables, and Aldi has a really good price on their these broccoli florets, which are really good ones too. It's not like all the stems, it has all the florets, and it's like only 99 cents or something crazy. So I like to keep those on hand. And in the door, I have things like breadcrumbs, and I keep my flax meal in the door, and I keep things like the yeast if I'm making bread. And then I love some of these things from Trader Joe's, like the frozen crushed ginger or basil, because those are really easy if you need it last minute and you didn't have a chance to buy it. So that is the cleaned out fridge and freezer in my door. So in the door here, looks like I need more feta. Almost every day I make a salad for my husband, and he loves feta on there. And then we have all the typical things like jelly and dressings. Most of the time we don't really use store-bought dressing. I make my red onion dressing, but I like to have some of these other ones on hand. This is my favorite salsa of all because it's more like a pico de gallo. And then I love to have artichoke hearts on my salad. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Lots of hot sauces. We are a family that loves hot sauce, not me, but And now we are in the backyard and you're looking at a lettuce plant. So I'm gonna pick lettuce for our salad later. My husband planted this. And here is some spinach, which I will be using in my smoothie bags. And then I just wanted to show you some of our fruit trees. We have a kumquat tree, we have a chili pepper tree, those are pekins, and we have a tomato plant, which is not doing too well right now, and tangerine bush, or whatever you call that thing. Here's some of the spinach that I am going to be putting into these smoothie bags, and along with some of that frozen fruit, and I put that together. Now here I am making nut butter. So simply put it in your food processor, grind it until it turns into the consistency you want. And that's it.
Okay, thanks so much for being with me today for my little food tour. And I hope that you are motivated, incentivized, and ready to do some of your own clean out, purge out, cook, prep, and eat healthy this year. Okay, I'll see you soon. Live your on fire life.